because this is so scary, what I just read. Where did you get this?
There are a lot of desperate people, and the father of lies is going to make it sound really good.
It is happening right now. We must understand the Titanic is going down now.
I'm signing it. We need it. I'm destitute. Everything's going to be better. I'm in.
Is part of the delusion of people looking at the old system we've been in and still following it and waving these flags, and
they're going to want it. It's going to be so powerfully displayed.
This is David Hebner Live.
So, what are we talking about? We're talking about what's happening now. Okay, let's stop thinking that we're going to read the Bible and whatever we're reading in Revelation, Matthew 24, is something that's going to happen way in the future. Folks, it's now. Now. It is happening right now. We must understand the Titanic is going down now. But people are having a party and, they're rearranging the chairs on the deck of the Titanic as it, continues to go down. But my guest, David Morgan, we've been talking about the Antichrist. Is it a system? Is it a real person? The first beast, the second beast, how the first beast is the old system of the government and this monetary system, which they're collapsing, or they have collapsed. The second beast is this new system where they come and they promise you everything. Here, baby, here's all your money. Don't worry about it. This, my friend, is something that we have to talk about, because this is something we cannot be a part of. Okay. David, you with me, buddy?
Yes, I'm right here.
Okay. The Luciferian pledge, the Luciferian initiation. I'm going to read this. And the reason I'm going to read it is I'm not going to tell, and you might, I'm not sure, because we haven't even talked about it. But maybe this is written by, quote, some organization that someone's got to sign. But I want to read it so people can sink into our minds what the absurdity of this whole thing and the darkness of the whole thing. Let me read it, and then I want to ask you about it, okay?
Sure.
All right. The Luciferian initiation, folks, don't be surprised if one day you don't have to sign something like this in order to sign in and get your badge, all right? Upon this eternal oath, I freely pledge to dedicate my mind to the discovery of knowledge, dedicate my soul to the pursuit of enlightenment, dedicate my efforts to the process of abundance, dedicate my existence to bringing all people in all places into unification, and to dedicate my life and days upon this planet to the protection and the abundance of human species. On this day of blank, take this eternal pledge, swearing an eternal oath. I just realized I just spoke these words. I know God is not he knows he knows this isn't real. But David, the reason I read it is because this is so scary, what I just read. Where did you get this?
I've been doing the research, and it was the doctor divinity told me about it. It's called Avoid the Mark. And so I went to Avoid the Mark, and I read this the first time, and I had that kind of aha moment. That's obvious to me how the elect could be deceived. So I started digging in more and more, and I didn't have time to vet whether or not it was in the National Register or Federal Register or not. Anyway, the point is, wow, it really rang true as far as the idea goes. Bad cop, bad angel, good angel. This system has been so long, and here's the new one, and all you got to do, baby, is just be a really wonderful human being. You're looking for knowledge, enlightenment, abundance, and helping all people. What the heck's wrong with that? And as I said at the end of it, sounds pretty good, huh? Especially for the good of humanity, question mark. But as I know you're going to go further, but the James 5:12 strongly disagrees. But above all things, my brethren, swear not, neither by heaven, neither by earth, neither by an oath, but let ye and you say nay, nay, lest ye fall into condemnation. And this is it, my brother. I mean, this is what's going to happen. It's one way or another. So it can be exactly this. I don't know. It's going to be something along this idea. That's what's important to know.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what I get from this is exactly the interviews that I do with people. I talk to Russ Dizdar, Josh Peck, L.A Marzulli, all these guys. This looks like to me like someone's going to come down and enlighten us and save us. Exactly what you and I were talking about earlier of this alien type presence, which is really demonic. It's a spiritual being that will come under the auspice, under the with the mask saying, I'm stronger than you, I'm wiser than you, and I can help you, right? So this is it right here. And the reason I wanted to read it is a lot of us think from the religious background, we think, man, if I ever do have to sign something, it says, David, my name is David, I sign in blood to the devil. Devil, I give you my soul and trade for. It doesn't work that way. The devil's not going to come down and tell you he's the devil. He's going to come down and tell you he's the best thing that ever happened to your life.
Yeah, exactly.
So, David, my last question to you, and I'm going to read this, and then here's my question. This is 2 Thessalonians 2:9-12. The coming of the lawless one will be in accordance with how Satan works. He will use all sorts of displays of power through signs and wonders that will serve the lie, and all the ways that the wickedness deceives those who are perishing. They perish because they refuse to love the truth and so be saved. For this reason, God sends them a powerful delusion so that they will believe the lie, and so that all will be condemned who have not believed the truth but have delighted in wickedness. David, what I read, could this have anything to do with what's happening now? Could the signs and wonders that Thessalonians is talking about, could that be the signs and wonders of the first beast creating this system that we've all bought into and fallen victim to? Then the second sign is the second beast coming and going, let me save you. Could this be the signs and wonders that you're talking about?
Certainly seems to be at this point in my study and research for the Last Evangelist. I really think that we're about there. Certainly have the ideas in place, and it makes the most sense and the most logic. And I want to go a step further, David. I know we're running out of time, but if you look at the QAnon phenomenon, a lot of the language in that is language that's in the Alice Bailey system, where you go into where we go one, we go all, and there's all the spiritual undertones that are actually, some of those are exactly out of that book. And anyone that's on the level that you are, and myself as well, knows that the Alice Bailey was the basically the matriarch of the New Age system, which really isn't all that new. And so it's a lot of this mixed metaphors of feel good, be a good human. All you have to do is blah, 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 like the oath, and everything's going to be wonderful. What you got to realize is, are you pledging to a man, a system, or are you or have you gotten the full, armor of God? If you got the full armor of God, I think you're going to know in your heart of hearts, you're going to get that shock up and down your spine going, this isn't right. Sounds too good to be true, probably is. But there are going to be a lot of desperate people. And the father of lies is going to make it sound really good. And after you sign or take this chip, whatever, how it works out, which I doubt that's it, but regardless, the idea that you do it, you get the mark, whatever that means at this point in time, and you go 2 months, 3 months, 4 months into that, and you realize, I have given up everything. Everything.
Yeah. Well, verse 11 says that for this reason, God sends them a powerful delusion so they will believe the lie. Could this be that, there's so many people, and I don't want to go down this road, but I got to touch on it. I hear, Trump is the greatest thing in the world. And I'm not going to go political, and I'm not going to comment on that. But they think Trump's going to save the day. Okay. Or you're on the bandwagon of Trump's the worst thing in the world, or you're on the bandwagon. So this whole thing happens so they can take Trump out. What I'm saying is part of the delusion of people looking at this first beast system, that what's the old system we've been in, and still following it and waving these flags, and, the delusion could that be as much a delusion as when the second beast comes and says, here's all your cash, baby? Do you follow them?
Oh, I do. It's all this mind control. I mean, one of the books up here is about the mind control, and, Edward Bernays, and how this whole thing came from Freud onward, and how we are easily manipulated and don't know, and, how we're in a trance most of the time we're watching TV or being programmed. That's why they call it programming. And all this fits together. And even the subtleties of this QAnon I mentioned. So we're lined up, and so we think that it's our own free will. We think that it's our own knowledge. We think that we've had independent free will to arrive at this idea that, it's for the good of humanity. I'm signing it. We need it. I'm destitute. Everything's going to be better. I'm in. They're going to want it. It's going to be so powerfully displayed that it will deceive some of the elect. And that was what I was struggling with for so long.
Absolutely. And David, listen, we always run out of time. I got to have you back, brother. Would you give everybody your contact information, how they get in contact with you? You have a newsletter. You help people in case they're interested in gold and silver. You're very knowledgeable. Give them your information.
Sure. Just go to themorganreport.com. That's our landing page. If you want more free information like this, just go to that landing page and pull down the blog. And on the blog, you'll see all kinds of information for free. And you can sign up for the free newsletter. There's also a paid service if you wish to investigate.
Yeah, and you guys, gold and silver is God's money. Gold is God's money. We didn't talk about that, but go to David Morgan's site. Support him if you can. If you're interested in precious metals, he knows what he's talking about. David, thank you so much. I appreciate it, brother. It's always good to spend time with you.
Well, thank you for fleshing it out together, because I think, with your help, we got the points across that people really need to think about.
We did, man. And you're a great asset to God. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you.
God bless. Okay, David Morgan. When we come back, we're going to be having prayer requests. We're going to be having praise reports. And we've got Dr. Mike Spalding on the line. And we come back, I'm going to ask, actually, I'm getting into politics. I'm going to ask him a question about President Trump. Even though now that I said that, he may not be with me whenever we come back, but I think he will be. I'm David Heavener. Stay with me. We'll be right back. Everybody is someone's last evangelist.
You bring out what the other churches don't bring out.
10 million ritually abused people.
Yes. You expose things that they don't talk about.
I just want to say thank you to David for making these videos, because he's made people aware of what's going on.
It's not the lukewarm church that's going to awaken. They're going to think, oh, the New World Order is wonderful. This is what we've been praying for.
A demon could take on the form of an alien. Satan can masquerade himself as an angel of light.
They get into people and cause people to do blood sacrifices and do all these demonic things.
You talk about what other pastors, so-called ministers, don't talk about.
I'm just so grateful for the work that you have done. So thankful for everything that you're doing and fighting for us in Hollywood.
Stop playing church. It's time to be the church.
And that's what I love about it.